We have two going on projects right now. We have the Turbo Miata, we have the Kswap Civic. We're gonna work on the Civic today because we actually have some brackets in order to mount the radiator. If you guys didn't know, the radiator normally goes on the passenger side, but because of the Kswap and the way it sits, you can no longer put it over there because the coolant hoses actually run this way, and one is right. It just wouldn't work. The only way to make it work is to place it over here. You have to buy special brackets to make it work, but you have to get rid of the condenser ones here. So that's what I'm doing now. I have a little flathead in here and I'm hitting it with a hammer. As you can see there, we're gonna remove them, then install the new brackets, and this radiator should be fully mounted back where it should go, which is the driver's side for the Kswap. So enough talking, let's get to it. Let's start taking all that apart and putting the new brackets. Biggest pain in my butt, but both of them are out. I kind of had to grind them down. Yeah, that took a while, but as you can see, it's free now. These are the new brackets we're going to be using right here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna drill them and tap them, and they're gonna go in place like this. That way we can set the radiator a little bit lower and we can have it on the driver's side. So I'm gonna mock it up, see where it goes, and start drilling away. Just like that, she is done. Look at the top one, look at the bottom ones. This was not easy whatsoever. Look at all the tools. I had to drill, I had to cut, I had to tap. I mean, if you have the right tools, it's easy. I didn't have the right tools, unfortunately, but she's in and this thing is not going anywhere. So we're just one step closer to getting this thing running. Very exciting day. The reason I say it's exciting is because for some reason, this Civic right here blew up on TikTok. People love this hatch on TikTok. They want me to finish it, and they like the whole concept of me driving this thing all the way to California. Man, I hope I don't break down. But thanks to all the people watching, I've been getting a lot of sponsors on the Civic. I don't know why, but I'm bigger on TikTok than I am on YouTube. I've been on YouTube forever, but TikTok is pretty much the calling of this car. People on TikTok like it. And we have a sponsorship by one of the biggest sponsors you could probably want if you drive a Civic. This company is called Acuity. And if you don't know them, they make shifter parts, they make Honda Kswap parts. They sent me over a very expensive box. So let's open it up and see what Acuity gave me to finish this project. Right off the bat, check this out, man. Holy cow, they put some really good work on their advertisement and designs. Look at this, the Type R right here. We have like their whole thing is purple. They have a cup with purple drip coming out. And we have the Acuity tag. This is sick, man. You guys are freaking awesome. We have a low profile shift knob. Apparently this is their new design. What I like about these boxes, not only is the design cool, they tell you exactly what it fits. And yeah, it's for swaps and everything, man. It tells you everything. They gave me a cool Acuity drip tee. This thing is sick. We have the bushing upgrades, so this thing shifts nice and buttery. I like the slogan in the back. Your OEM bushings suck. That's awesome, man. We have the adapter plate in order to put the shifter, the RSX shifter, into the Civic. They have the plate for that so you can adapt it and use it. We have the performance shifter with, it's a 4-way adjustable performance shifter. This thing is freaking sick. And they sent a whole bunch of goodies like air fresheners. We got the key tag and we have decals. Man, this video is gonna be sick. This thing's gonna shift like butter. It's gonna be awesome, man. I'm so excited. I went through everything Acuity sent me, and I'm just gonna be honest, these guys really hooked it up, didn't they?
They did.
They sent me so much stuff, and this is, I kid you not, high quality stuff. If you guys need anything from Acuity, want anything for a Kswap Civic or Kswap anything, go check them out. They're actually pretty affordable. Keep in mind, I'm known as that eBay guy, and I think these are very affordable prices. They sent me a 4-way adjustable, hopefully you guys can see that, a 4-way adjustable shifter. Look at this. Look at the mechanisms. Holy cow. This stuff is like high quality stuff for sure. So I have this. They sent me the shift knob, and what I like about the shift knob, this is like a thermal shift knob, so it never gets hot. You know that, right?
It really?
Yeah, that's what it's for. It never gets hot. It says on here, like on the back, it's a thermal shift knob.
That's
These
cool.
don't, look right here, insulated outer shell, so this won't get hot.
It's heavy.
It's heavy too. And it comes with this little adapter here. When you put the adapter in, it just gives it a cleaner look overall. So put it in there. Look at that. That looks so good. Aside from that, they sent me the plate for the shifter. They sent me the bushings, and they sent me so many decals. These guys have high quality stuff. Guys, go check them out. This stuff is freaking awesome. Well, boys, today's mission is to get the shifter setup done in the Civic. The first thing we're going to be installing is this Acuity Kswap shifter adapter plate. As you can see, this stuff is very fancy. Link in the bio if you guys want any of this. The first thing we need to do is go inside the car, take everything apart, and then we can situate what we're gonna do. And just like that, everything is gone. The only problem now is because the previous owner made the hole even bigger than normal, we're gonna have a little tiny gap, as you can see here. I'll probably end up hitting it with a hammer from the inside and try to push it back out. But besides that, this is gonna sit something like this. It's gonna use 2 of the stock holes that it already has, as you can see there. And it sits on top of that like so. And we're gonna have to drill 2 holes up here. After removing the shifter, they provide you with 2 bolts. What you need to do with these 2 bolts is you need to put them through the bottom of the actual shifter hole, which you're going to use the stock holes. There's only 2 of them. The other ones you see are the ones people drilled to fit the H22 shifter, but we're going to use the ones that are already threaded. You use a bolt, you kind of thread them in by hand because we don't want to strip anything. These are 13 millimeter, by the way, and then you just simply tighten them. This out, this came out so good. Honestly, if your tunnel is not messed up like mine, this should be like a 30-minute install. All you have to do is drill holes at the very end. This was really crooked, so I had to hit it with a hammer, straighten it. Yeah, overall that looks awesome. Now we have to install the shifter. Bro, this looks so freaking gorgeous. Just like that, she's in. All I have to do is tighten all these bolts. Well, boys, we're getting back to the Civic. I know a lot of you guys want this car done. We are doing a full cross-country road trip in this car, so we kind of have to speed it up and start installing all the parts. Luckily, as you can see here, we pretty much have everything ready to go on this engine. I would say this is, Annabelle, take a guess. How much money do you think is on this floor right now?
I know that one alone is expensive, so I would say like $800 maybe?
800. This was 400. This I think was 200. And this is about like another 100. So about $600.
Oh, okay.
So you're a little bit off, but we have about $600. We're going to install it onto here. I'm still going to run the OEM gasket that was already on there. This thing is barely used. It doesn't look bad. If I see leaking, then we'll replace it. But for now, we're going to start with the intake. We're going to place it in place and see what it looks like. So Annabelle, go get it. Get it. Let's install it. All right, which way do you, no, I would kill you. Which way do you think this thing has to go in?
I think it goes like this.
You sure? And just like that, we pretty much have a complete car. As you can see, the fuel lines are all hooked up. We have the rail, we have the injectors, we have the RBC manifold, we have the coolant adapter all hooked up as well. So man, this thing is pretty much set, man. I think what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna work on the K-tuned what's it called, throttle body. We're gonna hook that up. We have the throttle cable already ran. It's gonna go somewhere like here, and that'll be done, and we'll be done with the whole intake side of the engine. But so far this thing is coming out really nicely. Well, boys, it's kind of late. I'm gonna end the video here. We did finish everything I set my mind into. So the intake is done, the throttle body is done, the header, we're pretty much so close to getting the car running, which is going to be in the next month or so. By the way, I was eating pizza. Don't mind the crumbs or whatever. But we're getting so close to finishing the Civic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. By the way, there's certain clips where I'm kind of quiet. The reason I'm doing that is because my neighbor's right in front, and all he does is stare at me working. And it's a very awkward situation. So I just don't talk loud. So if you notice some clips, I'm super quiet. It's because my neighbor just stares right at you. I feel like he's staring at my soul, and it's very awkward. But regardless, we're almost done with the Civic. We need a couple more things. I think we need the ECU, we need the harness, the coilovers, the wheels, the tires, and we're ready to go on our journey across the country. So hopefully you guys are excited. If you do, make sure to subscribe and like the video up, and I'll see you guys next time.